Okay, thank you everyone for tuning in, and for those who are here tonight, really appreciate you coming. This is going to be a 90-minute power flow, so please get yourself ready for a great time, and I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started in a child's pose, so put your knees mats width, your toes together, and just slowly walk your hands forward to the front of your mat, bringing your forehead down to the mat. Taking some deep breaths here as you come into the room, come into this space, letting your breath take you down, 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 into the present moment. Slowing the breath, seeing how long you can make the inhales and exhales. See if you can cultivate a sinking, a release. Release the hips into the earth. Release the shoulders. Release the jaw. No tension there. Couple more deep inhales and exhales here. Pressing your arms down in the direction of the mat, opening the shoulders. And then as you're ready, slowly bringing yourself up into a tabletop position. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. And from here, slowly begin to open the spine, moving into some cat-cows. Inhale, arch the back, tailbone to the sky, opening the heart. And exhale, lengthening the tailbone towards the earth, pressing through the hands, opening up wide through the shoulder blades, and then inhale, open up again through your breastbone, open shoulders, and exhale, back into your cat pose, bowing the head. See if you can keep inhaling and exhaling, drawing long breaths in as you arch. Deep exhale. Find the rhythm that comes with your own breath. Letting your inhales pull you up into cow pose, and then your exhales push you back buoyant to the sky. Couple more inhales and exhales at your own breath. And then as you're ready, slowly come back into all fours. Keeping the toes curled under, stretch out the right hand straight forward, and then the left leg straight back. Hold here. And then on your next inhale, reach the hand a little further forward, the leg a little further back, and then exhale, elbow into knee, right elbow into left knee. Just curl up in, and then inhale, stretch the right hand forward, left leg back. Exhale, curl the elbow into the knee. 3 more just like this, opening the spine, finding some heat in your core right from the start. Elbow into knee. Inhale, open and lengthen. Exhale, contract into a little ball. 1 more, open. Exhale, coming in and setting the right hand down, left knee down. Take a moment in tabletop to balance yourself, and then as you're ready, stretch the left hand, the left arm straight forward, extend the right leg back, and inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left elbow to right knee this time, or even further. Just come into a small little bowl, inhaling, open. Exhale, deep breath out, cultivating as you inhale, open, exhale, ball up, cultivating that ujjayi breath. Inhale, open, exhale, victorious breath through the nose. 1 more time, stretching open, exhaling. And then set both hands down, both knees down. Walk the hands just an inch or 2 forward. And press yourself slowly into your downward facing dog. Deep inhales and exhales here, taking any movements you need to bring yourself into this pose. Maybe bending one knee and then the other. Maybe shifting your feet from side to side. Whatever helps you open up your body. And then slowly, as you're ready, come into stillness in your downward facing dog, taking a couple of deep breaths. Press back into the heels. And then slowly start to walk your feet forward to a forward fold. Feet hips width apart, knees really nice and deeply bent. Resting your chest on your upper thighs, bowing your head down. Deep inhales and exhales here. You might grab opposite elbows if you'd like and just take a couple of sways here, releasing the hips, releasing the back. And then as you're ready, slowly release your bind if you have one, and come up 1 vertebrae by a time into your standing position. And once your shoulders come over your hips, lift your arms, hands up to the sky, stretching up. Exhale, hands in front of your heart, Samastitihi. And we begin our Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutation A, lifting the hands up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, knee bend absolutely appropriate if you need. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, hands on your shins, and exhale, place your hands down on either side of feet. Come into a high plank position so that there's a straight line between your shoulders, hips, knees, and heels. Firming into the abdomen, pressing through the hands, Pressing the shoulder blades together, lengthening the tailbone. One more inhale and then exhale. Knees come down. Come slowly down into your modified chaturanga, squeezing the upper arms into the ribs and then open up, hips down, baby cobra, lifting into a small back bend to start out with, and then exhale back into downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here, pressing back. Letting the breath rinse through your body. One more inhale here. And then exhale, step to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up all the way, stretch up. And exhale, right back down, forward fold over your legs, bringing some energy into our salutations. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, top of a push-up, knees up or down. Come down into your chaturanga. Squeezing the upper arms into the ribs and then opening up. Upward facing dogs, hips up, or cobra, hips stay down. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, step or maybe jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on your shins, long back. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift all the way up, stretch the hands up, mountain pose, Tadasana. And exhale one more time, Surya Namaskar A. Folding down into your forward fold. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale, step back, top of a push-up, lower down slowly. Inhale, open up, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, prepare, and exhale, step or jump, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting up all the way, mountain pose, Tadasana, and exhale, Samastitihi. Moving into our Surya Namaskar B and really amping up the energy here. Inhale, chair pose. And give yourself a moment in chair pose just to kind of get it right. Knees are bent, hips are bent, hands are straight out. You want to make sure that you can see your big toes and your little toes over your knees. And it's just like you're sitting down in a chair, and try sitting a little further down into your chair. See what you're holding with. It should be your core. See if you can drop the tension from your shoulders. Drop the tension from your neck and let yourself hold this from your core. Two more deep breaths here. Sit a little lower. One more inhale, stretch the arms, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump to the top of your mat, coming into your chaturanga transition. Always landing with bent elbows if you're jumping back. And then inhale, right leg lifts from your downward facing dog. Exhale, right foot comes forward, back foot flat, lifting up, warrior one. And give yourself a couple of breaths here to come into this pose. If you were to draw a line from your front heel all the way to the back of the mat, your front heel line would hit your back heel line. See if you can keep lifting up through the arms, sinking down through the front knee, swiveling forward and open through the ribs, pressing strongly through the left foot, through the whole left leg. And one more inhale, gaze at the ceiling if you can, tiny little back bend. And then exhale, right foot comes back, plank to chaturanga, to upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, lift the left leg up. Exhale, left foot comes forward, back foot flat, lifting up, arms, and just give yourself a couple moments here. Lifting the fingers, dropping down into the bent front knee. One more inhale, lift up, back a little bit, and come on down, your chaturanga transition. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, just one breath. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump to the top of a push-up. And go through your chaturanga transition. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot comes forward, back foot flat, lifting up. One breath, warrior, one stretch up, and then come on down. Chaturanga transition. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot forward, back foot flat, pressing up through the feet into your warrior one on the other side, and then come right back down. Chaturanga transition. Exhale, downward facing dog, and take 3 deep breaths here. Letting your nervous system recalibrate, letting your breath fill the lungs, fill the body. And then inhale, prepare. Exhale, jump forward to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump to the top of a push-up. Inhaling, open, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot comes forward, back foot flat, lifting up, warrior one. And then right back down, coming into your chaturanga transition. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot comes forward, back foot flat, lifting up, warrior one, stretch up, and then come back down, your chaturanga transition. Honest with your movements here. Really bringing the intentionality into each and every one. From your downward facing dog, bring the toes together to touch. Lift the right foot up and then open up the hip and let the right foot droop over for your fire hydrant dog. Let's take a couple moments here to stretch in here. Maybe even take some big circles with your right knee, circling around your hip. And then as you're ready, straighten the right leg again. Bring it down. Inhale into your plank and come into a side plank. On the right side, rolling onto the outside of your right foot, stacking your left foot over it, reaching your left hand up. And if you'd like to do something a little crazy, you can come into tree leg plank, bringing the left foot on top of the right thigh. And if you've got the tree leg, bring your hand down and come into your chaturanga transition with tree. Otherwise, come into a plain old chaturanga. Should feel just fine too. And from your downward facing dog, inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale, open up fire hydrant dog on the left side now. Doing your best to bring the knee of the lifted leg up high. Maybe some big circles with the knee can help kind of open up some more range of motion for that. And then inhale, straighten the leg, square the hips, exhale, bring the left foot down, inhale, come into plank, exhale, roll over into Vashisthasana on the left side, side plank, side of the left foot, right foot stacked on top, lifting the hips, opening up through the arm. And if you'd like here again, you can take the tree variation, bringing the right foot into the left thigh, and then one more inhale. And everyone, wherever your legs are, keep them where they are. Come into a chaturanga transition. Exhale, downward facing dog, 5 deep breaths, or child's pose, 5 deep breaths, or crow pose. Dial it up, down, or steady. Take what you need. And then as you're ready, come back in to your all fours. Press up into downward facing dog. And inhale, prepare. Exhale, step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. And see if you can just sit down here in your chair for a couple of breaths. See if you can find peace in a place of difficulty. Openness in a place of clenching. See if you can see this as a challenge one that you can cope with. Inhale, hands out just a little bit, straight. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump to the back of your mat. Chaturanga transition. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot comes forward, back foot flat. Lifting up, stretching up, warrior one. And exhale, come on down, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale, back to your plank to chaturanga transition. Rinse it out. Inhale, left leg lifts. Left foot comes forward, back foot flat, lifting up warrior one. And then opening up to two. Coming back, left hand lifts. Reverse warrior. And coming back down all the way to your chaturanga transition. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, bring the right foot forward. Back leg up this time, come into a high lunge. Stretch the hands up. And see if you can just cultivate an openness here. See if you can gaze at the ceiling if your balance allows. And as you're able to kind of open up your rib cage here, see if you can encourage it by bringing your elbows down into cactus arms on an exhale. And then inhale, stretching them back up so your palms are facing forward. Your elbows are coming straight out to the side, and you're just inhaling, reaching up. Exhale, pulling down, cactus. Opening the heart every time. One more inhale, exhale, and then inhale, hands together. Exhale, take the twist. Left elbow over your right knee, opening up the heart here. See if you can feel that you're dropping the right hip, lifting the left hip as you twist. Gently bringing the gaze towards the ceiling if your balance allows. To encourage your heart to open. Couple more deep breaths here. And then inhale, left hand lifts up, opening up to warrior two. So left foot is back, right foot is forward, right knee is bent, left knee is straight. Both hands are reaching out. Right hand is reaching right out over your right leg, left hand reaching straight back, opening through the shoulders, lengthening through the tailbone. See if you can go a little bit deeper in the front knee. And then inhale, right hand lifts, reverse warrior, left hand on the back calf, and then bring your right elbow inside your right thigh, stretching your left hand over, extended side angle. Depending on your level of flexibility, it might be appropriate to put your right hand down on the ground, on a block, but it might also be the place where you can find the most length to just open up through the left side, pressing the right elbow into the right thigh to achieve that, and gazing again at the ceiling, past your left hand if you can. A couple more deep inhales and exhales here. Making sure you're reaching the hand out and over the head. And then come back into reverse warrior. Just one breath. And then all the way down your chaturanga transition. Inhale, left leg lifts this time. Exhale, left foot forward. This time, come up to a lunge on the other side. Make sure to keep your back heel up. And start this with just kind of lifting up, opening up through the right hip flexor, opening up through all of your ribs, all of your spine, so that you're lengthening the spine down but expanding the ribs up. A couple of deep inhales and exhales here before you start bringing the hands, bringing your cactus arms to help you open up, lifting up through the hands face forward, and then exhale, just drawing them down slowly. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bending the elbows just right perpendicular from your body. Inhale, lift. 3 more just like that, seeing if you can keep it slow and controlled. Inhale, exhale. Next inhale, you can bring your hands together above your head. And exhale, take the twist, right elbow over the left knee this time. And opening up. Keeping weight on the back foot, rocking forward onto the ball of your foot to give you some movement here. Some ability to balance yourself. Always an option to go down to the knee on the back leg. Keep inhaling and exhaling here in the twist. Every inhale, lengthen the spine. Every exhale, twist a little bit further. And then on the next inhale, unravel yourself, lifting the right hand up and back into your warrior 2. Left hand stretches forward, right hand stretches back. Left knee bent deeply, right leg straight and strong. Tailbone lengthens. And the shoulders are not clenching. Try this for a sec. Just try turning your palms over so that your shoulders make a little change. Your palms are facing up to the ceiling. And feel that change and see if you can keep your shoulders right where they are and turn your hands over. Little choices in how we make to place our bodies. Make sure you're taking a nice long stance so that the knee doesn't ever go in front of the ankle. Put your foot forward. Beautiful. And then inhale, bring the front hand back, reverse warrior. And exhale. This time the left elbow comes inside the left thigh, right hand stretches over the head towards the front of the room. And you're pressing yourself open with the left elbow, reaching forward with the right hand. Two more deep breaths. See if you can really support this by grounding in through the feet, opening up through the chest. And then inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale, chaturanga transition. Amazing work. And again here, downward facing dog, 5 breaths. Child's pose, 5 breaths. Or take a quick crow. Calibrate your body, make your practice your own. And then as you're ready, coming back into your downward facing dog from wherever you were before. Toes together at the back of your mat, lifting the right leg up, bringing it over and around for fire hydrant dog or wild thing. If you're coming for wild thing, you're just keeping your hips lifted, lifted, lifted as the foot comes slowly down and meets the earth. And then you're bringing the hand, stretching the lifted hand back to the back of the room, or to the front of the room, and then coming back into downward facing dog as you're ready. Next inhale, bring yourself into plank. Roll yourself onto side plank again, lifting your hand up, taking any variation you'd like. Maybe the tree variation, maybe a starfish where you lift your left leg up. And then as you're ready, you're going to either take your big toe with your left hand or take your ankle. Whichever one you're taking, you're just placing your left foot to the front of the mat and coming up into your high lunge, lifting up and exhaling, opening up in the high lunge. Take just a couple of breaths here. See if you can have a baby back bend or even walk your eyes further back on the ceiling. And then one more lift with the hands and exhale, chaturanga transition. Inhale, left leg lifts and bring it over and around to your fire hydrant dog, or all the way around to wild thing, keeping the hips lifted as you come into wild thing. Keeping the hips lifted as you're in wild thing. Heard someone once say, keep the hips lifted to avoid looking like Jane Fonda in the 90s. I think that probably has merit. And come on, flip on over, back into your downward facing dog. And then inhale, Come into your plank, roll onto the side of your left foot, lift the right hand up, and here take any variation you'd like, lifting the right leg up, or bringing it into tree, or maybe bringing the left knee down. Whatever works for you. And then as you're ready, grab the right ankle or the right big toe, just somewhere on the right foot, and put the right foot forward into your high lunge, lifting up. And just take a couple of moments here, opening up. And then one more inhale and exhale, your chaturanga transition. Opening up, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot comes forward, back heel up, high lunge, lifting up and straight down into your twist. Hands together at your heart, samastitihi. See if the twist comes a little bit further this time. Opening up into your ribs, but also into the full length of your spine. So bring the right hip down, left hip up, so that you're really keeping this twist integral. And then, as you're ready, fix your gaze on a point near the front of your mat, maybe the front right corner of your mat, and get ready to step your left foot next to your right foot. Just see how that goes. Stay in the twist, and from here you might open the arms. Take a deeper variation if that feels good for you. Maybe even come into a deeper variation here, coming into a side crow if that's in your practice. And then one more inhale, come up into Utkatasana, just one breath. And exhale, fold. Uttanasana, bring your feet hips width apart and either grab your elbows like we did at the start of class, or see if you can take your peace fingers and grab it around your big toes and just pull yourself down. Let your head hang. Nice deep inhales and exhales here, letting everything go. And then as you're ready, let go of your bind. Bring your feet back for your big toes to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up, stretching up Tadasana. And exhale, come on down, fold forward. Second side, inhale, halfway lift, hands on your shins. And exhale, step or jump into your plank, come down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts this time. Exhale, left foot forward, back heel up, lifting up, one breath into your lunge. And then hands together, coming into the twist, right elbow over left thigh. And again, see if you can open up through the twist a little bit more. If you're able to bring your gaze up, your spine longer, your heart broader. as you're ready, fix your gaze somewhere towards the front of your mat and lighten up the right foot until it comes to meet the left, and then renew your commitment to this twist, opening up, maybe opening up the arms even. Feel your right knee creeping forward, creep it back. And then next, inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. And exhale, forward fold, feet hips width apart. And take either of the previous forward folds, grabbing your elbows or your peace fingers, or take gorilla, walking your palms under your feet and bringing your toes to your wrist creases. You can take gorilla with bent knees as well. Just whatever you need to give yourself some good traction. And then as you're ready, release your bind. Heel toe your feet back to big toes touching, heels parted. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up, stretch up. And exhale, Samastitihi. One more standing sequence before we go to the mat. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold down, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come on down to your Chaturanga transition. Could be straight to downward switch and skipping Chaturanga, or you might still be doing them. Depends on what you need. Right leg lifts, right foot comes forward, back heel up. Come on up into your crescent lunge, stretching up, and then we're going to come into eagle arms, left elbow under right elbow, and then interlace the hands together, palms press one another if they can, or any other interlace that works for you. And again here, lift the fingertips up, up, up. Let the shoulders drop. And then slowly get ready to step forward into your eagle pose, bending the left knee, maybe stepping forward just a bit if it helps, and then floating the left knee up and over the right, crossing the knees, left knee over. You can wrap the foot if that is accessible for you. And coming into your eagle, stretching the fingertips up, coming down into a chair-like position with your legs. If you'd like more here, you can slowly lower your elbows to your knees on an exhale, and then bring them back up on an inhale. 3 deep breaths, either static or coming up and down. And then everyone now bring the elbows to the knees, slowly, slowly, and then release the left leg, extend back, Warrior 3 with Warrior 3 with eagle arms. If you need to take another arm variation here, go for it. But if you can keep the eagle arms stretching out the shoulders here, bonus. Lifting up the left leg. And then slowly bending the right knee, coming down. Straightening the right leg, paralleling the feet. Wide leg forward fold. Keep the hands in the eagle as you bow down, stretching down towards the floor, stretching the shoulders open, letting the head bow. And then release the bind, hands on your hips, halfway lift. Exhale, come all the way up. And step to the front of the mat. Standing up, hands in front of your heart. Just a couple moments here. Bringing yourself back into balance. And then inhaling, lift up with the hands. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come on back into your chaturanga transition. Inhale, left leg lifts this time. Exhale, left foot comes forward, back heel raised, lifting up. And straight away here, come to eagle arms, right arm under, left arm over, palms press, elbows press, shoulders drop, elbows lift. And then as you're ready, leaning forward with the torso and slowly stepping the right leg forward, right knee over the left, wrap the foot if it's accessible to you, and come into your full eagle pose, Garudasana. Lifting the fingertips, relaxing the shoulder blades down. And either stay here or slowly bring the elbows to the knees on your exhale, and then inhale, lift back up. Just 3 deep breaths like this. Pressing so strong through the left foot, through the grounded foot. And then everyone, elbows to knees, and you unfurl the right leg and bring it straight back behind you into your warrior 3. Hips are square, so you'll feel like your left hip is lifting, your right hip is descending. And that's what it takes to make them square. And then from here, slowly stepping the back leg back, straightening both legs, coming into Prasarita, legs far apart, and coming down into your forward fold. Stretching your forearms to the ground in the general direction And really accentuating your breath, breathing into those opening shoulder blades. And then inhale, unbind yourself, hands on your hips, halfway lift, and exhale, come all the way up, and step to the front of your mat, hands in front of your chest. And just make sure for this final sequence that you have your block handy at the front of your mat if you find that useful for your half moon pose. And from here, let's inhale into a Tadasana mountain pose. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come on back. Chaturanga transition, or meet us in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot comes forward, back foot flat this time. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, open to warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior, right hand lifts and comes back, and then straighten the right leg, and then reach the right hand forward, 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 over the right foot, as far forward as you can, and then wherever you can't reach anymore, you set it down and you lift up the left hand. Trikonasana, triangle pose. And you can keep kind of windmilling the hand around, lifting up and back. If you want to see if you can get a little bit more openness in the left side body. And when you're at a good place, just stay and breathe. And then left hand on your left hip. Bend your right knee and just step your left foot in a little bit, and then place your right hand on a block in front of your right foot or on the floor, and see if you can slowly lift the left leg, stacking the left hip ultimately on top of the right, lifting the left leg so that the heel is perpendicular with the hip, the leg is parallel to the ground, and finally lifting the left hand. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. One more. Inhale, lift the left hand a little further, and then exhale. Left hand comes next to the right, lifting the left leg still into your standing splits. Again here, this might be great if you feel like a little bit more. You can bring the left knee in to meet the right, and then exhale, kick it back out. See if you can get a little bit more stretch. 5 deep breaths here. And then slowly start bending the right knee, bending the left knee. Bring yourself down into a lunge position. Bring the top of your foot to the mat, top of the left foot to the mat. Hands on your hips. And then see if you can press through the top of the left foot and lift the knee a little bit. Just experiment with that. See if you can get the knee up Even if you can't, see if you can feel the difference as you press through the top of the left foot. And we're going to take a really nice hip opener now. It may feel quite vulnerable, but keep in mind that you're at most 2 inches off the ground, so probably going to be okay. Lifting up with the hands. You've got your knee above your ankle, your right knee above your ankle, your left hip above your left knee, and you just press through the left foot, lifting the knee just a couple inches off the ground, or even not at all off the ground, and seeing the stretch that you can get, even without lifting it. And see if you can come into a slight back bend here to open yourself up a little bit further. And then slowly bring your hands down to frame both of the hands down inside, actually. The right foot, walk the right foot out to the outside of the mat. And let's take a lizard pose. Left knee down or left leg extended. See if you can bring your forearms to the earth or to a block. Keeping the right knee glued to the right shoulder. You might take a couple of movements here, just seeing what can open, pressing the hips back and down, but then find a place where you'd like to stay, and stay. Breathe. Remembering here to try and keep your knee more or less over your ankle and your heel down. Not like this, but like this. Yeah, there you go. And then as you're ready, slowly extend the right leg straight. Come back to your left hip on top of your left knee. Straightening the right leg, we're coming into a half monkey god pose, Ardha Hanumanasana. So bring your hands to your hips and then just slowly, slowly bow with a straight back over the right leg. Bring your hands down to the earth, flexed right foot. And slowly bringing your torso, your chest further in without caving the back in. If it's in your practice, you can take full Hanumanasana. Pressing through the right heel, opening up through the back of the right leg. And then as you're ready, bending the right knee, coming back into a low lunge, replacing the hands, downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa if it feels like it would feel good to rinse you out. Then come back into downward facing dog. Last side. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale, the left foot comes forward, back heel up, lifting up into your high lunge. Oh, I'm lying. Lift up into your warrior one, back heel is down. Opening up into warrior two. Inhale, reverse, lifting up the left hand and straighten the left knee, and then surf your left hand forward, 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 and where it drops, it drops. Could be a block, could be your left shin, could maybe be the ground, and then lifting up the right hand, maybe taking a couple of circles, bringing the right hand over and back to explore some openness in the side body. And then as you find your happy place, for God's sake, stay there. Just not on your knee. And then as you're ready, right hand to your right hip, little bend in your left knee. Step your right foot forward and then left hand to a block or to the ground. Right leg comes up. And then slowly bring your right hip, stack it over your left, and when that feels okay, lifting up through the right hand. Half moon. And then as you're ready, slowly bring the hands together on the ground or on your block, lifting up through the lifted leg still, standing splits, and either keep that right leg pressing up, or you can bring the right knee to the left knee, and then slowly kick it out again, progressively opening up the left hamstring. And then slowly, as you're ready, bend the left knee, bring the right foot and then the right knee down behind you. Lunge position on the other side. Top of the right foot down, right hip stacked on top of the right knee, left knee on top of the left ankle, hands on your hips to start with, and just try pressing down through your right foot and lifting up the right knee. And then if you feel comfortable with that, you can lift the hands up above your head and press the knee to lift just for a couple of seconds, or just press firmly through the right foot. Baby back bend if it is accessible to you. And then slowly coming down, both hands inside the left foot, walk the left foot out to the outside of the mat. Might walk the right knee and right foot back a bit, and just make sure that you've got your left knee stacked over your left ankle or a little bit behind. Full foot on the mat, and see if you can bring your forearms down to a block or to the ground. Lizard pose. Deep inhales and exhales here. And as you're ready, straightening out slowly the left leg, flexing the left foot, right hip stacked on top of the right knee, left foot straight. Bring yourself to your hands on your hips, and then slowly bend yourself back down over your left leg. Half monkey god pose, Ardha Hanumanasana, bringing the hands down to a block or to the floor as you're ready, making sure to keep gazing out through that window in your heart. Don't hunch. Shine out. Feeling free to take full Hanumanasana if it's in your practice. Couple more deep inhales and exhales here. And as you're ready, coming slowly to bend your left knee again, replacing your hands, and coming back into a downward facing dog. Pressing back into your downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. And see if you can bring your right knee to your left elbow or in the general direction. And then right knee to right elbow. Right knee to right wrist. Right knee to left wrist. Right knee to right wrist. Right knee to right elbow. Right knee to left elbow. And back. You see what part of class we are in now. Left knee to left elbow. Left knee to right elbow. Left knee to right wrist. Left knee to left wrist. Left knee to right wrist. Left knee to right elbow. Left knee to left elbow. And plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more go around. Right knee to left elbow. Right knee to left wrist. Right knee to right elbow. Right knee to right wrist. I made an X, oh well. Right knee to right wrist. Right knee to left wrist. Right knee to left elbow. Plank. Down dog if you feel like cheating. Plank. Right knee to left knee to left elbow. The dyslexia is kicking in. Left knee to left wrist. Left knee to right wrist. Left knee to right elbow. Left knee to left elbow. Back to plank. Downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths in downward facing dog. And then from downward facing dog, see if you can slowly lower both elbows at the same time to dolphin. Take a couple breaths in dolphin, opening up the shoulders, and then come forward into dolphin plank. And from here, roll onto the right side of the right foot, left side of the left foot. And then reverse. Nice spine twister, nice core strengthener. It's like broccoli. Who would not love it? Just 3 more times on each side. Exhaling to the side, inhaling up, and then exhaling to the side. Inhale up, exhale side, inhale up, exhale side, inhale up, Exhale, side. Inhale, up. Exhale, side. And downward facing dog. Press both elbows up at the same time if it is humanly within your power. Three breaths in downward facing dog. One more thing until we get to the bellies. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, roll over onto the right side of your right foot, side plank, Vashisthasana. Now, put your left foot right in front of your right foot so that your left heel touches your right toes. And then I want you to reach down with the left hand as if you're hugging yourself. You're touching your right shoulder blade with your left hand, and at the same time rolling onto your toes, and then inhale back up to this modified side plank. Exhale, left hand under, roll onto the toes. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, roll onto the toes, bring the left hand under. Inhale, up, and exhale, left hand under. Inhale, up. Exhale, left hand down. Come into a downward facing dog just for 2 breaths, and then you have one more side. So inhale into your plank. Exhale, Vashisthasana, side plank. The right, tickle the right heel. Sounds very nice, but wait. Right hand up. Exhale. Bring your right hand around to hug, touch your left shoulder blade, roll onto your toes, and then do it again. Right hand lifts. Exhale, right hand hugs around, toes. Inhale, sides of the feet. Exhale, right hand around toes. One more. Inhale, right hand lifts. Exhale, roll onto your toes. And then set the hand down, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank, and then exhale to the count of 5. Chaturanga, push up all the way to the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lay on your belly. Breathe into your belly. And from here, just bend your knees. Don't make any other changes. Just kind of bend your knees and see where that changes, how that changes where your breath goes. How that changes how your body feels. And then chin to the mat. See if you can grab your ankles or your feet. Making sure that your heels are coming straight back into your hips. And then inhale, kick your feet into your hands, opening up. Exhale, come on down. Inhale, opening up. Dhanurasana. Exhale, down. One more inhale, open up. Biggest one yet. See if you can get a couple more ribs off the ground. And exhale, come all the way down. Opposite cheek to the floor as you had before. And let yourself rest. And then slowly bring yourself up into an upward facing dog, opening up, taking your time, being leisurely, and as you're ready, pressing into a downward facing dog, and then stepping to the front of the mat or hopping your feet through your hands to have a seat. Make sure you take your block with you to lay down. Coming into 3 back bends, taking whatever you need. Taking whatever you need here. It can be supported bridge, it can be traditional bridge, or it can be wheel. Any of the 3, each 3 times. I'll cue first supported bridge, then traditional bridge, then wheel. But you feel free to take either one, whatever you want. But first, lay back. Heels right by your hips so that you can tickle them with your hands. And just lift up your hips gently and bring the block under your hips. Really feeling the hip girdle rest solidly on the block. It's not on your waist, not on your butt. Right along the hip girdle, supporting the sacrum. Deep breaths here, just letting yourself ease down in. And you can either stay here if you want to keep it chill, or remove the block. Bring your back down and then press up through the feet, opening the hips, opening up into your bridge pose. You can interlace your hands behind your back if you'd like and walk your shoulders under. Whatever you're doing, pressing through that traction in your legs, opening up through the hip flexors. Seeing if you can release through the glutes. This pose is built with the legs, not the glutes, though it's often done otherwise. One more inhale and exhale. Let yourself come back down. Take a little rest. Knees together, feet apart, or you might windshield wiper the knees from side to side. And then as you're ready, getting ready for your last back bend of the class, if you'd like to take Urdhva Dhanurasana wheel, I'll cue that. Otherwise, feel free to take either of the 2 back bends that I cued previously. To take Urdhva Dhanurasana, bring the palms under your shoulders, fingers pointing towards your hips, elbows pointing at the ceiling, feet grounded on the floor, and then lift up the hips, press through the hands. You can take a little rest at the top of your head and then press to straighten the arms, straighten the legs as much as you can, opening up, full wheel. See if you can rock yourself forward and opening up through the armpits. Bring the toes in, heels out. It might feel pigeon-toed. And then slowly bring yourself down all the way. Incredible work. Feet together, knees apart. Supta Baddha Konasana. One hand on your heart, one hand on your stomach. Breathing in slowly, releasing. And from here, take your knees above your hips and just stack your right ankle right on top of your left thigh. Just a gentle hip opener here. You can grasp with both hands, interlace the hands behind the left thigh or in front of the left shin for sleeping pigeon. Take some deep inhales and exhales here, flexing the right foot, pressing the right knee forward. And then release the hands, but keep the legs. And see if you can just rock, bring your left foot down, and then just bring your right foot over to the left side, slowly, 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 so that eventually the right foot lands on your left side and you're in a kind of a twist. You may be holding still the right ankle with the left arm. And then open up the right arm, gaze out to the right, and take this twist. And feel free to take any other supine twist if you want, if this one's not working for you. It's just a nice hip opener in addition to being a twist. And as you're ready, rock yourself back up. And take your figure 4 on the other side. Right foot presses down into the ground. Left ankle comes right above the right knee, and then grasp. Take your right foot off the ground. Let it hover in the air and grasp behind the right thigh or in front of the right shin, pulling the right leg in, pressing the left knee forward. Make sure to flex the left foot to protect your knee. Supta Kapotasana. And then slowly take your supine twist. You can just release the hands from behind the leg and then take the right hand to the left ankle, right foot down, and just slowly let the left foot fall over to the side on the earth. And then open out the left arm, gaze out to the left. And take your twist. unraveling from your twist. And just taking 1 minute to do any other pose that you'd like to do to close your practice. Maybe some circles on the hips and then a happy baby. Or anything else that you're looking for. And when you're ready, extend your legs. Let your feet come to rest, toes splayed out, fully relaxed. Let the shoulders ease into the earth. Let the head grow heavy. Let all of the joints relax and ease. Let your jaw relax. Let your eyes rest into their sockets. Let your belly button slowly draw down into the earth. Every breath bringing you a little bit closer to Shavasana. slowly begin to bring yourself back to life, bringing breath into your body. Deep inhale, grateful exhale. Making small movements with your fingers and your toes. And gently circling your wrists and ankles. And then stretching your hands above your head. A full body stretch. Extending the feet to pointed toes, extended hands, opening up through the whole body. And as you're ready, bring your knees above your hips. Maybe take a couple more rolls here, or hug your knees in. Rolls on your back, wherever it feels good. And then as you're ready, come over to whatever side you're most comfortable on, into a fetal position. Bottom arm extended to give yourself a pillow, or just putting your head down. And slowly bringing yourself up to seated. Cross-legged, Sukhasana, or any other position that brings you ease. Resting your hands on your knees. Taking a moment here before we close to give thanks to yourself, for your strength and integrity, your ability to endure, and your ability to shine out through all of it. And giving thanks to our communities, those around us, who give us strength, and to whom we bring light. Inhale, straighten all your arms, lift up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands in front of your heart, Samastitihi. Inhale for Om. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining.